Welcome back to another episode of Nourish the Mind, where this program speaks about the mind, the body, and the spirit. If you have been with me for a while, guys, thank you so much for your continuous love and support. And if you're new to this channel, welcome. I hope that you will stay right here. And I know I haven't been here for a while, but today I have a good one. I'm going to talk about the process, guys. The process. What type of process? Any process. But this is a process about creation, creating what it is that is there and meaningful to you. So whether it's a relationship, whether it's going back to school to become, what it is that you want to do, whether it's building a house, whether it's building a business, whatever it is important to you, as small as creating a meal, that is part of your creation. So let's talk about the process. Let's jump right in. All right. So the process creating a meal or producing a meal entails a few things. Let's say you're gonna cook right now. You go to your fridge. There's certain ingredients that may be missing. You have to go to the supermarket, get some stuff, come back. Then you have to prep. That's another process. You have to go through the prepping process, put everything together, put it back into the pot. That's another process now. Now you're going through the waiting process now, to wait until that food that you've prepped come through. But while you're waiting, most times you still check on it. Sometimes you still taste here and there to see if there's anything that needs to put into it, any more ingredients that needs to put into it to give it a bit more flavor, so it can come out tasting delicious. Guys, that's the process for anything else in our life. If you're building a house, tomorrow morning you decide to build a house, you have to go through a process. Even though you have the idea in mind, the house is not going to pop up. It is a process. You're going to have to get the supplies. You have to start talk with a few workmen here and there, probably get the better deal depending on what you're building. Then you're going to have to now go through this process again of the foundation starting to build. And sometimes the hardest thing to do is actually to get started. But there's another hard part as well. The hardest part is to get started. And there's another part. I'm going to get to that in a minute or two. All right, so getting your stuff together and starting to build that house. There's going to be obstacles along the way. And some of the obstacles that's going to pop up. If you're building certain type of building, you may need something from the city. You may need some sort of license. You may need some sort of other type of equipment, as well as you pop up in roadblocks with payment issues, just different form of little things that keeps popping up, constantly popping up. It's like a hurdle that you have to keep on going over. But you know what? Something happens to the mind and the body during this process. During this process, if you hold firm and you continue to build that creation, that home, that project, whatever it is to you, you realize something that keeps happening. You realize resilience starts to come up. You realize that perseverance starts to show up. You realize that discipline starts to take time and come in, because you're getting certain things done on a certain time in order to get certain things to move. And in order for that to happen, you have to have some level of discipline. So you realize that as you go through the process, at times it can be like pain and suffering, because a lot of people might be on the outside and they're looking in. They don't know what you're going through until they're actually in your shoes. Then they can tell you that, boy, I have to spend a chunk of money doing this. Or, boy, when I hear that I have to break down this and rebuild it again, it gave me so much headache, because that was an extra expense right there, extra time spent right there, frustration that could be avoided. However, you don't let that stop you. You keep on going. And then guess what? Something else pop up. It's like that inner fuel that you have sometime. It's like it runs out. You become so weary. You become so distraught. You become so tired, and you want to stop. And sometime during that process, a lot of people, that's where a lot of people stop. So people fail at two process. People will fail at the foundation, starting something, whether fear, doubt, or whatever it is, they'll fail at the foundation. And the next phase that they'll fail when they come close to seeing that manifestation. Is like the fuel that they had inside, all that energy or whatever that was keeping them going. It's like it burns out. It's too much. It took too much already. It's too overwhelming. A next problem after next problem. Lord, I just can't. And sometimes that's when we fail. That's when we stop. And that's when the manifestation, it either stays stagnant or it slowly deteriorates. And that goes to all aspects of life. You can apply this analogy or apply it to any phase of your life, whether you're going to school, whether you're starting your career, whether you're entering into a new relationship, whether you're in a partnership, whether you're building a business. These are necessary phases that one will have to overcome. And these are things that unavoidable. It's unavoidable, guys. There's no going around. But let me tell you now, back to that process of when that fuel runs out and when you feel like you can't. In that moment, you can do two things. You can either take a break, take a step back, refuel, take a step back, refuel, exercise again. This applies to athletes. So sometimes they are champions in, they've win how much 100 meters, or they're dominating this area, and there just comes a time when things just start to go downhill, and they can either allow it to continue going downhill, they can back away forever, or they can just take a step back, refuel, re-strategize back fresh, and continue the next phase. This goes to all aspects of our life, guys. Whatever you're doing, there is a process. And sometimes if we don't know what that process looks like, we can just look at it like climbing a mountain, and this mountain is too big, and you just stop. But whatever you're doing, there is a process to your manifestation. Whatever you want in life, you can have it. You can literally have it. You can really have it. Just understand that it's going to come with a process. It's going to come with a process of gathering stuff together. It's going to come with a process of you getting your hands dirty with a mixing, molding, making, shaping, cutting, whatever it is. There's gonna come some times when you have to go through sleepless nights to get some things done. There's gonna come times when you have to work double shift, back-to-back shift to get things done. There's gonna come times when you have to make sacrifices. You're gonna have to say no to certain things that would entertain you, or certain things that you would love to get things done. And when I say things done, this is things that is important to you, which is actually a priority. And it is a process, guys. But during this process, guys, just remember that there's lessons in that process. There is perseverance in your suffering. There is hope in your suffering. There is resilience in your suffering. There is consistency in your suffering. There is discipline in your suffering. And you achieve all of this if you keep on going. If you believe in what it is that you are aspiring to, or what it is, or the plan that God has in mind for you, just know that there is a process. And whatever the mind conceives and the heart believes, the universe will move obstacles for you to achieve. That's it for now, guys. I'm going to keep this short. So until next time, I say peace and love.